Hello, my loves. Hello, hello. You guys. Oh, look at me. I'm looking rough, y'all. Look at me. Now, it's all good, y'all. I'm sitting. Oh, my bad, y'all. I am sitting out here. Oh, my bad. I'm going to have my coffee. Oh, that first sip is everything. You guys. Now, it is Friday. It is a beautiful morning. Beautiful morning. Um, my head, y'all don't understand. When you have a migraine, you can't smell nothing. It's like smells, light, noise, like anything. Like the world has to shut down and stop in order for you to be even the slightest bit okay. So that's what was going on with me last night. So I laid down. I did finally end up like dozing off. Um, I woke up in the middle of the night. I woke up about 11, stayed up till about 2. I saw there were people up last night. There were a few creators that were up and on live and doing their thing. Um, so I got a couple things to say. Now, there has been pretty much a lot of people are aware about a person by the name of Shannon Nicole, aka Honestly Speaking. And this is a woman that has circulated um, the sector of YouTube. Um, she has reached out to multiple content creators, um, asking for a promotion of her channel. She has been on several channels asking for donations. um, and she seems to have a MO where she will donate $5 to the content creator, and then she'll say that was my last $5. Like I like you so much, and I love you just so much that I'm gonna give you my last $5. It's even been said that in the same chat, she said that and then turned around and donated another $5. So it's like, if that was your last $5, how'd you get another five to donate? Now, her name is circulating because Sweet Ma came live. She did a live, and she was upset. And she was upset because she has donated over $300 to this woman, thinking that she was in need. She has a sick child. The child needs medical supplies or food or just whatever. She feeds her kids, but she doesn't eat. Those types of things. She has things going on with her that she's not working, lost her housing, just, whatever could be wrong with a person, she has it going on with her. So, Sweet Ma, she basically saw some shady behavior. She saw some shady behavior. And then I am still not completely clear on what made Sweet Ma speak about the situation or feel as if she's gotten scammed. I know that, like I said, she has created an MO for herself, and people are noticing. And then, when you're all over the place saying the same thing, doing the same thing, people are going to notice. I don't know how many times I have to say, the more people who watching you, the more people, the more likely somebody's going to call you on your bullshit. So, people have noticed her or whatever. So anyway, I don't know exactly what, because I didn't catch Sweet Mouth Live from the very beginning, so maybe she could have said it and I just didn't know. Or I don't know if it was that, I think that she just kind of like felt some irritation. And then there's like circulating that, she's a drug addict. She has a fiance, but he's been laid off, and she said he's working, but then, it's only odd jobs. So there's just a lot of stuff, and it's just like that comes out. You feel sorry, you go ahead and you donate to the person, but then later on you find out, you feel like, was I scammed? Did she lie? Blah, blah, blah. Because, people use the word scam. Use scam when money is donated to them. Money will be donated or given to, from one person to another, and the person who is the receiver will be called a scammer. No, Pac-Man. So, and it's like, if you choose to give somebody, Pac-Man, come here, get up here. Get up here. You okay? It's okay, Bubba. So, I'm sorry, y'all. So, the scam is if the reason why you gave the money, because if you freely give, if something wasn't stolen from you, a person was not deceitful behind the reason you gave them the money, then you're not scammed. It's just that you just made a bad decision on who to donate to. And we got to take responsibility for that, because if I choose to give to a charity, you know what I'm saying? They talk about the Breast Cancer Association. If I've chosen to give to the Breast Cancer Association, but then you hear all these years later, less than 5% of that money even reaches the actual people who have breast cancer. A lot of the money is given to by paying the people that are running the organization, all of the events that they set up and merchandise that they have. All of that money goes into all of that, and only a very small percentage goes to the actual people and the care of those who need it and who actually have the disease. Yeah, you feel like you got scammed, because you're like, I'm given so that research can be done to for a cure, or at least if you ain't finding a cure, then this money needs to go towards the people who need the care, not to pay good salaries to people who chose to be a part of an organization. So, it could be something like that. You can feel that way, but really, you do feel like you got scammed. But really, you just need to do more research before you choose to just give your money away. Yeah. So, anyway, you can look at it a couple of different ways. Now, if a person is lying, about the reason why they need the money, so people are basically, putting the narrative out there that this girl's a drug addict. She doesn't need money for her kids for anything. The kids are taken care of. She needs money to support her habit. She needs money to support her habit. And that comes from, telling a little bit too much, or being, are you being too transparent? When you choose to share a part of your past with your audience, or with the people who you are sharing your story with, you choose to tell them things about yourself, things that you've went through, things that you've dealt with, and then here you come, all of these people. It's usually not even the person that you're interacting with, it's all the other people that are in these chats. It's like the subscribers, and it's all of their theories, being put out there, like, and making up all they're not even the ones who had the interaction. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this lady chose to tell her story about, yeah, I had a rough time in my life, and this is how I chose to deal with it. But I'm good now. I went and took care of myself, and I'm being treated for that now. So, or I was treated for it, or, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I am working towards bettering me and not living that lifestyle. But then people will speculate and form all of these theories and stories and everything that they really don't know. They're just taking bits and pieces of the information. It's all, well, my cousin this, or I know such and such baby's daddy's friend's mama. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, they may know of somebody who knows of somebody, or things that they've heard or whatever in their own lives or whatever interactions. And then they try to apply it to the situation that they're seeing on YouTube. And it's like, everybody isn't an individual. And let me just, before I even go into that, let me say that I was on Sweet Mom's Live, and I feel like she feels like she was lied to, and she was taken advantage of. And, she had this GoFundMe, and people know that, she made over her goal. So, now you got people, that I made more than what I was asking for. So, now people are going to play on her sympathy and want her to give some of her blessing to them. No, her blessing is her blessing. And she said it right. Like, just because I got that GoFundMe money, I am not rich. I needed it for a specific reason. Now, is it a blessing that I made past my goal? Of course. Of course, because if you ask for just a specific amount, that one specific amount for what you need, and you get over that, so now that gives you a little bit of that leeway. That might be the blessing for her to take that day off that she's going to have to run him back and forth to the doctors to get the stuff done. Just anything. Her son is in constant medical care. She works, so she has people who helps her care for him. So that overage is a blessing to relieve her of some of that strain while she cares for her son. Is it a lot? No. But it's something for her to have a little bit of peace of mind, so that she can properly care for her son and not feel too stretched. Now, so I'm just going to say that, because if this girl is feeling like she's just going to ask people who she feels like has extra money on here, it's just like, no. You know what I'm saying? That's not what a creator is here for. A lot of us, some, not all, are on YouTube not only to, we do see this as this is a way that we can stream income from YouTube. At some point, you can grow your channel to the point where you can stream income. So if I'm looking to find other sources of income, what makes you think that I can, rectify your situation or make your situation any easier? You know? So I just want to say that because I heard Sweet Ma say that, and I don't know if that was this girl's motive or reasoning behind asking, because she says she doesn't ask. Now we're going to go into that because, so now since, I mean, it grew like wildfire. It was real quick. When Sweet Ma did that live, it was fast. It spread. People were outraged. You got other people saying, oh, I knew she was, and I had interactions with her, and now other people are speaking out about conversations that they had with her, and all of this and that. And yeah, so that's where I say the more people who watch you, or when you create a pattern for yourself, now you got, oh yeah, she said the same thing to me. Oh yeah, that's what she said to me, or I seen her over here doing that. Okay? So, going further on to that day, she said that she tried to reach out. People were in Sweet Ma's live. She wants to talk to you. She wants to talk to you. Why, whatever. She says that Sweet Ma just went live. She never contacted her. She never knew she felt any kind of way. Blah, 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 whatever. So that's why I'm saying I don't know what the exact moment was, or what the exact thing that happened as to why Sweet Ma chose to out this girl, or express her feelings about, if she was scammed or not. But she did, and she has every right to express how she feels. That's what you have a platform for. And again, that's the reason why you speak about these things and use your platform to bring awareness to shit that other people might not know, so you're not next. you know it's not about trying to hurt anybody. It's not about trying to knock anybody's hustle. It's not about hating a person or you just too invested. It's about letting people know. It's the same way when you got some type of fraud or a scam going on and the news says, hey, this is all happening. Watch these type of people. They won't call you. People calling you saying you owe taxes. And if nobody would put out the information that this shit is fake, or to, just open your eyes and do a little bit more research for yourself, then everybody would just be out here getting fucked over. So it is needed for somebody to speak up about it. So, so Tracy, she became aware of the information. She had also had some communication from the girl before, where the girl was at, inboxing her, messaging her some kind of way. And the girl ended up calling into Tracy's live. And, I'm just like, this girl just sounds like a liar. She didn't really have any type of clear answers or responses as to what the hell and why she's just been going. Number one, she lied about even asking for money. Dropping her links in people's, going in all these different chats and always telling her story. It's almost like there was a situation with Rita where there was a lady, Marie Bennett, and I forgot what the other name she had used, but she was on here under two different names. Okay, she used two different names as well. And I'm not really saying anything about the two different names because people make different pages, and stuff like that. But it's just like the same situation, okay? This lady, was on here. My ear is ringing really, really bad, y'all. Loud. But it's this ear is ringing bad. I'm so sorry. It's so distracting. But anyway, so this lady was on here with under two different names as well. And the only difference is she is one who was donating. She wasn't asking for money. But what she was doing was like, we, you'll be in the chat and the topic will be something or whatever, and it doesn't matter what the topic is. She will be in the chat talking about, her illness and what she has going on with, she has the illness and stuff like that, and she'll be in the chat talking about it. And people will, I'm sorry to hear that, and we'll pray for you and this and that. But then after a while, it's just like, what do you want us to do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like, especially when you're in the same chats. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm looking crazy. The same chat saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're talking about this, and especially on Rita's channel, it's supposed to be more upbeat, especially before all of the mess. But it was like upbeat, you laughing, you know what I'm saying, talking shit. And here she is bringing the whole everything down, the whole mood down. And it's just like, we understand that sometimes people just need people to talk to and an outlet, but this isn't the space for that right now. I mean, I've had on my channel where we start to talk about stuff, and a lot of people, we share, and everybody, there's some who have shared their own personal experiences. There's some who hasn't went through it, but they like to talk about it because you do have, if it's not something that you actually went through or are dealing with or know somebody, you do stereotype people. And so it's awesome to have those moments where you feel like you're not the only one, or you feel like, yeah, you didn't go through that, but at least you're not judging me or treating me bad. You know what I'm saying? So we've had those moments on my channel, and we will continue to do that. But it's like, every single time you're on the live. So this is just kind of like that same situation where you have this person, they're on the platform, they're under two different names, or this name was drugged through the mud or whatever, so now you come on as this other name, and you're in the chat, and the conversation is about one thing, and here you are giving your story as far as what's going on in hopes that somebody is going to reach out to you or give you something. Damn fly. So anyway, it's just kind of like the same situation that it reminds me of. And this is what the girl was doing. So she called into Tracy's. She really didn't have any clear answers. You really still didn't have any understanding once she got off the phone. Part of my thing is, keep your relationship status off. I mean, I know you proud if you got, a decent man, or, you can call somebody your fiance and this and that. But when you are online, you're asking for help, you are, you're distraught, you're going through things, you're wanting some. The first thing people are going to look at is, what is your man doing? What is the point in you having a fiance of all things? Now, it's up to you on what you choose to go through with a person. If y'all gonna go through the struggle together and all of that, okay, fine, that's your business, that's your personal business. But when you are online, asking for help, sympathy, somebody to sympathize, somebody to, help you, that's the first thing that they're going to be looking at, because a relationship is about building each other up. If one doesn't have it, the other one should. I mean, there's a lot of women on this platform that are not in relationships, that they don't have a man, they don't have a damn fiance, but and you want them to donate to you, to give to you, and they're out here working and doing what they need to do to make it in the world, but they're supposed to go to work and then give their hourly wage to you, and you have a whole person that you lay up with. I mean, there comes a time where, yeah, there's assistance out here, You get the help you need, but there comes a time where you have to do something on your own. Everything cannot just be given to you, okay? I have family members who, and I know this is getting long, but I have family members who they've been cared for their whole lives, never know what it is to even have a job, whether if they've been cared for by family or whether if they've received assistance, and to the point where they're getting both at the same time. They've been given houses, given cars, never had to purchase anything on their own, never had to go to work and wait for a check to pay a bill. It's just done for them. And now, as we get older, and these people are not able to do for them what they used to do, they don't know how to take care of themselves either. And they're still living off of just hitting licks, like left and right, like just stuff just falling in their lap. And you just look, and you're a person who has worked your whole life, other than a couple months here and there in between jobs or whatever. You have always worked. That's my whole life, since I was 16 years old. Even at 14 I really started working, but legally 16 years old. And you have these few months where you're in between jobs or switching whatever you got going on and stuff, but other than that, I've never been out of work. But there's no thousands of dollars falling in my lap. Ain't nobody giving me a vehicle. If my stuff break down, it's just down. It's just at this moment right here where I'm at, and with what I'm doing right now to get back to work, this has been the most blessed I have been, as far as bills and having to worry and all of that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's still not, but it's not an ideal situation, because I would rather work and pay a bill any day than to, deal with certain things. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes this is where the growing pains come, and this is where the struggle is not going to be comfortable. If you got some changes that you are trying to make in your life for the better, if there's shit that you're working towards, if there's somewhere that you're trying to get to in life, it's not going to be comfortable. And if it is, then it's not going to be effective. Okay? So I'm good. I don't need to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I need to be on the edge of my seat every motherfucking day. I need to be constantly brainstorming and working towards something. Constantly researching and reading and learning and doing what I need to do, whatever I can do to make this thing happen faster. But when you are online and you are telling your story or trying or getting people to, you're out here asking for something, somebody to give you something, and you're my fiance, this and that, and no, because that's the first thing that people are going to be like, the fuck? How do you even get in the mood to be in a relationship, or a relationship is about bouncing off each other and caring for one another and support, but ultimately what you doing when you lay down at night? Humping, and for what? Who gets in the mood when they shit ain't right? You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing people look at. So, she called into Tracy's. That wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Still didn't have much clarification on what the hell, where her, whatever. So, fast forward to last night, she does an interview with VS. And so she does this interview with VS. And VS is, she's basically, it's come to the point now where this girl has gotten death threats. She's gotten, she says that she's gotten multiple emails, and she's shown messages and that sort of thing where people, they mock her getting raped before. They talk about her throat being slit. She should just end her kids' miserable lives. Sent a picture of her daughter, her little young daughter, um, in the backyard. Daughter in the backyard, minding her business, just out there in the sun, playing. And there's a photo, and the person says, I'm told, like I told you, I'm everywhere, I see everything, or whatever. And they're talking about Sweet Ma, and you know, um, you did this to Sweet Ma, whatever, you need to die, and just the most horrible things that people can say about a person, right? Okay, and so that's why VS is saying she wanted to interview this woman, because it's to the point now where her and her kids' life is in danger, and all over basically a donation that a person chose to give to this person. Um, so I don't agree with that at all. I feel like, and that this is what I mean about putting people's personal information out here, because if somebody wants to do something to me, bitch, you gonna work hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, don't just give my stuff out here for a crazy lunatic to come to my home and do something to me and my family on behalf of another person that they've never even met or don't even know. You know what I'm saying? No, don't give my shit out. Let them find it themselves if they want to do something to me. You know what I'm saying? But so anyway, yeah, so she's getting photos sent to her that basically, and it's just intimidation tactics. You know what I'm saying? People will send you pictures, and because people say, what's the point? What's the point? Well, it's intimidation. They want you to see that, bitch, I know where you at. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think that you can't be found. It was the same thing with the feet, and the same thing with who else sent the picture with the going into great clips. It's intimidation tactics, for people to feel like, you feel like, we're on YouTube, bitch, what you gonna do? And then people are showing you like, bitch, I can find you if need be. So, which is horrible, hoary fucking bow. Okay, and so people are going in the chat while she's on the phone, and when she was asked about being a drug addict and stuff like that, and she said, like, yes, I shared this story about me doing this, and when I got pregnant with my oldest child, I went and checked myself in, and I got clean. And yes, I'm in a Suboxone program, and so there were some things going in the chat about Suboxone. Suboxone treats many addictions, okay? It's not just this for this or this for that, okay? Suboxone is a treatment program where, and anything can be abused, because people were in the chat, well, people abuse that as well. And then people, well, my cousin and this, and there was just people like all of these stories. If you have not been an addict, if you are not on it, if you have not sat down and had a consultation, then stop giving and talking about shit that you don't really know firsthand information on. Okay? Just stop. Okay? Now, people are giving all this this is how shit starts, because and spreads, because you got all this misinformation, and you're wrong. It's just just bad fucking information, which in turn, to me, is a lie. And it's a rumor. It is an untruth. Stop speaking on things that you don't know. It doesn't matter about your cousin. Did you go through it? It doesn't matter about your baby daddy or his mama or your sister. It don't matter. Was it you? Were you in the doctor's office and they ran the shit down to you? So the girl admitted, so this is a program where basically a lot of people, they stay on drugs, not because they want to do fucking drugs and they want all their money to go to this one thing and don't want to live right. They are on it, stay on it, because They're scared of what's going to happen to them if they don't take it. Or some of them have even tried to not do it, and they know what the fuck is going to happen to them if they don't take it. So they're scared. They stay on it to sustain. They stay on it because they don't want to withdraw. They don't want their body to go through that. They would rather be high. Because that's how bad the withdrawals can be. It'll feel like you dying, so you would rather just not feel that way, And so Suboxone is a medicine that it is a prescription that you are given by a doctor, for you to not go through the withdrawal symptoms. It stops the withdrawal symptoms when you get off of a drug. And it's not just heroin or meth or opiates, which is, Vicodin or Percocet or Oxycontin. It can treat, because they all have pretty much the same withdrawal symptoms, some worse than others. And then it also depends on how long were you taking, how long were you addicted, how long were you dependent on that drug. A lot of people don't understand that it can be a person who had a surgery and they were prescribed Percocets and Oxycontin and all of that kind of stuff to help with the pain, either before or after surgery, or while they have chronic pain, or they have an illness that causes pain on a daily basis. And pain medication, it helps you to, sustain and have that regular lifestyle. But at the same time, over time, you become dependent. And then what happens is the doctor will then take you off just cold turkey, stop your medication. And now what? Now your body's going through this stuff. Now you choose to find other ways to find that medicine, or now you find yourself in a Suboxone program because you can't take the withdrawals. That's how this stuff happens. It's not, and the other stuff, heroin and all of that stuff, a lot of that stuff happens because of medicine that they were prescribed by a doctor. People don't just wake up one day, let me just shoot a needle in my arm and get high. You know what I'm saying? Let me fucking smoke this shit so I can hallucinate. And then some people do just try some shit and they don't know, they can't handle it. They don't know what the fuck they're getting themselves into. People are individuals, is what I'm getting at. People are individuals. They handle different things in different ways. And nobody should be judged for that. Because even if you haven't ever taken anything, it doesn't make you a better person because you haven't ever tried a drug. It doesn't make you a better person. Because what else have you done in your life? What else have you done? Have you schemed? Have you lied? Have you, tried to cover the truth? Have you tried to get over in a deal so that you're the one that comes out better? You know what I'm saying? Have you hid something from a family member? Have you cheated? What have you done in your life? Please don't feel like we are all flawed in some type of way. Nobody is fucking perfect. But when you deceive people and try to get over on people on purpose, that's what makes you a fucked up individual. Not making the mistake of becoming a drug addict. But if this girl is lying and she just got her relationship and she's just trying to get whatever she can get from whoever so that she can get by every day and not all to avoid working and making her own, then yeah, she's a fucked up individual and she needs to be called out for it. But does her kids need to be threatened? Does she need to die? No, she needs a fucking reality check and get her fucking shit straight and learn how to make an income of her own. So After the interview with VS, she sends VS a message. Because this girl on the phone, she tries to make it like, well, Sweet Ma is the mastermind behind this person. Sweet Ma doesn't have no control over no crazy motherfucker that decides to take pictures of you or your kid or send you messages. Okay? Sweet Ma doesn't have no control over that. All right? Now, they were saying that the angle of the picture, some are saying it had to be taken by a drone. Some are saying that she took it herself because it would have had to come up, maybe she's looking down, she's upstairs and she's looking out a window and taking a picture. It would have had to come up from a high place and it was angled. Okay? So some people are saying that she's doing this again for sympathy and for people to feel sorry for her or whatever. I don't know. I can't say. That would be some type of tech hacker type person that can trace people's information, the police or whoever, and they would have to find that information out. But if she did, that's even more sick, and that's even more why she should have been called out. But what I will say is she followed her pattern, and this is why I tell y'all to watch people's patterns. Watch people's patterns, okay? So, what did she do? She messaged VS. She told her that, basically, I appreciate you from the depth of my soul. Like, she was so, people want you to feel like, oh, I just appreciate and I just love you so much. And they just they'll use the strongest, most heartfelt statements and words to get to you, right? So she basically says, thank you for letting her tell her story. Nobody else has done that. And, when she is back on her feet, she will donate to her again. And this time it'll be more than $5. But right now, her son doesn't have any diapers and milk and, And then so some people were like, well, she really didn't ask for anything. Well, no, she didn't ask, but, she's letting you know. And then it's known that VS will pay, most people, she has that $50 thing, you will at least get $50, if you interview with her. She says she's not doing any more paid interviews or whatever. So, I don't know if the girl thought that she was supposed to be getting, some type of donation, or if she just, I don't know. I think VS said that, she said there wasn't going to be anything extra. Basically, now she did shout out her channel. They put the link to her channel down in there. She said that she would do that for her, because that's one of the things she said. She reached out to different content creators to help promote her channel, but she wasn't actually asking for any money. But, people will send you this, will give you this information and say what you don't got, so that somebody will say, well, what's this? Let me send you $10. Let me, whatever. So VS was like, damn, you ain't even wait a day. You ain't even wait a day. You know what I'm saying? We get right off the phone and you send a message asking for stuff. But she didn't directly ask, but she's definitely, and what did she say? The $5. And then next time it'll be more than $5. So there you go, y'all. So there you go. I know this was a long, drawn out. Y'all know me and how I just, take forever to tell a story. But the point is that people are going to be people. People follow their patterns. Just pay attention. The more people that are looking at you, the more people that's going to point out your shit. And whatever the reason, if it wasn't nothing that the girl said, Sweet Mai had an instinct and she followed her gut to speak on it, and the girl went on a whole nother channel. I will say VS did give her the benefit of the doubt because her life and her child was threatened. But what did she do? She followed her pattern. So that's it for that, y'all. I was going to talk about a couple of different things in this video, but I already talked too long. I'm going to go get myself together and I will be back on so we can talk a little bit more. It's going to be a hot day today, y'all, but I want to curl my hair, and my car is still sitting out front. He's been so busy, he hasn't been able to get to it. So I'm in the house, y'all. I'm in the house. I got some phone calls to make. Amazon was hiring again. But anyway, I got some applications I need to fill out. Thank you so much to James Caldwell, who gave me that information. So I've been looking at all these videos and reading up on all of that, downloading the app and all of that, downloading the program and stuff like that, so that I can get this content out. I was trying to do it because tomorrow is Dollar General Day. I am going to put the link to a video in my comment section, in the description box, because I want y'all to follow this link. There's a glitch going on at Dollar General right now, and you will pay less than $1 for about $17 worth of products. And if we wait till tomorrow, it could go away. So I want to put the link to that video. She also talks about penny shopping and stuff like that. But I really want you guys to hurry up and run and go try to do this deal if you have a Dollar General. I can't do it because I don't have my card. Like I said, I would already been gone down there and been showing y'all it's working. But it's worth a try, y'all, especially if you're already out or whatever, or you just need some toothpaste and some soaps. All right, so I'm going to put her link to her video down in the comment section so you can see. And she is a couponing channel too. So anyway, all right, I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.